Scorpio, something unimaginable is coming your way. Yes, a miracle unlike anything you've ever experienced. And it's closer than you think. Big news is just 1 minute away. You didn't land on this video by coincidence. You were brought here guided by a force greater than your logic, stronger than your fear. Whether it was a silent prayer whispered last night, a wave of emotion that came out of nowhere, or a sign you couldn't explain, your soul knew to be here now. Welcome to Miracle of the Sign, where celestial rhythms meet sacred truth, and divine messages flow through astrology, tarot, energy alignment, and the gentle voice of faith. If you've been searching for clarity, connection, or simply a moment of realignment in your chaotic world, know this: you're in the exact place you were meant to be. Let me ask you something. Have you felt that tension in your chest lately? That quiet unrest, like you're standing at the edge of something powerful but still unsure what it is? That's not anxiety. That's alignment. That's the spiritual pressure that builds before a breakthrough. And Scorpio, yours is on the horizon. Today, the universe is sending you a confirmation. A sign. A spark. And you'll want to stay with me through every second, because what is being revealed to you is nothing short of transformational. This message isn't just about prediction, it's about preparation. About power. About taking your rightful place in the story that is unfolding for you. Before we go deeper, take a breath. Place your hand on your heart and ask yourself honestly, am I ready to receive what I once thought was impossible? Am I open to more than what I expected? If your spirit says yes, even just a whisper of yes, I invite you to anchor that energy by commenting below with the words, I am ready. I welcome the miracle into my life. Your words carry frequency. When you write them, you activate the permission within yourself to receive. You open the gate, not just for blessings to enter but for doubt to exit. Let me take a moment to say thank you for being here, for choosing presence over distraction, and for being a part of this sacred space. Every like, every comment, every moment you spend engaging with this content is more than support. It is a signal to the universe that you are available for alignment, for abundance, and for divine timing. Thank you from the depth of my being. Your energy fuels this channel and allows us to keep delivering messages that uplift, awaken, and restore. Scorpio, this moment is for you. This reading is for you. And what's coming? Well, it may not look the way you imagined, but it will feel like the answer you've been waiting for. Because it is. So stay with me until the end, and allow the words that follow to settle into the spaces you've been guarding for far too long. Something is about to shift. A message is unfolding. And I promise this is no ordinary update from the stars. This is your soul's appointment with divine timing. Let's begin. When the cards reveal the presence of the King of Swords, Rey de Espadas, it's not merely the appearance of an external authority. It's the embodiment of divine timing aligning with earthly power. This archetype represents someone who holds the key to a final decision, someone whose yes has the capacity to unlock not just progress, but profound release. For you, Scorpio, this could be a hiring manager, a judge, a financial gatekeeper, or even a person who holds influence over a long-awaited opportunity. And what matters now is that this energy has shifted. The decision is no longer floating in indecision. It's moving toward you with clarity, speed, and certainty. And perhaps most stunning of all, this decision is not just favorable. It will exceed your most measured expectations. Energetically, this moment mirrors what I call a soul checkpoint. That rare and powerful pause in the chaos of life when everything condenses into one pivotal moment, a cosmic yes that resonates far deeper than the surface event itself. It's not just that you may get the job, receive the payment, or win the case. It's that the yes arriving now carries the frequency of deliverance, of restoration, of freedom from the emotional weight you've been carrying for far too long. Let's talk about this weight for a moment. When we live in prolonged uncertainty, especially when it's tied to something meaningful, our survival, our worth, our stability, it begins to erode our inner light. It isn't just about the bank account or the job title. It becomes about our belief in ourselves, our ability to trust in life again. But here's the sacred truth: you were never forgotten in the delay. The delay was the preparation. The delay was the deepening of your capacity to hold the blessing that's now arriving. And yes, sometimes what we call waiting is actually the silent unfolding of divine arrangement. This is where the practice of gratitude becomes not just spiritual, but deeply therapeutic. In self-help and emotional recovery work, we often speak about the nervous system's response to unresolved waiting. It breeds anxiety, fear, and self-doubt. But when you choose gratitude in the tension, when you bless what you do not yet see, you send a ripple through your emotional body. You say, "I still believe." That signal alone realigns your frequency and invites the miraculous to move in closer. Think of gratitude like watering a seed buried deep in the dark. You may not see anything yet, but the roots are already taking hold beneath the surface. There's a verse that comes to mind here, from Luke 1:45. Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her. Whether you interpret the Lord as God, source, or the highest intelligence of the universe, the message is the same: belief is a seed. And belief under pressure is the most powerful seed of all. Scorpio, this isn't just about an opportunity showing up. It's about your energy being in full readiness to receive it. That's why your mindset matters right now more than ever. You must meet this breakthrough halfway, not just with hope, but with certainty. That's why your affirmation today is this: I deserve good things. I am in the right place, at the right time. Say it out loud. Whisper it if you must. But let it become the soil in which your next chapter is rooted. So as the King of Swords approaches with resolution in hand, remember, you are not merely waiting to be chosen. You have already been chosen. What's arriving now is not charity. It is compensation. It is reward. And it is the visible echo of everything your soul has whispered into the silence. Stay open. Stay grounded. Stay expectant. Something extraordinary is already in motion. When the star appears, it's more than a symbol of hope. It's the echo of your spirit whispering back to you, you've made it through the dark. This moment in your life, Scorpio, is the quiet after a storm that tried to undo you. It's the breath you didn't know you were holding finally releasing into peace. And what's extraordinary about this energy is not just that it confirms your resiliency, it confirms that the universe has been watching all along. That every tear, every silent breakdown, every sleepless night filled with questions was not discarded, but stored like rain in the soil of your soul, ready to bloom. The vibration of the star is gentle but unmistakable. It doesn't shout like the tower or command like the emperor. Instead, it hums beneath your ribs like the rhythm of life returning after grief. And in the language of astrology, this card connects deeply to Aquarius Energia, sign of divine intelligence, higher perspective, and future vision. This tells me you're not just healing for yourself. You're healing to step into something bigger, something aligned with your purpose. You've done the work not only to survive, but to be ready for the blessing that comes next. In energy healing, we often speak of the integration phase, that sacred window after the storm has passed when your nervous system relearns what safety feels like. You're not crazy for still being on guard. You're just human. But your spirit knows this is the time to trust again. To let down the armor. To receive. Healing, as we know, isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's energetic. And it requires consistency, small acts of devotion to yourself that signal to the universe, I'm ready now. That's why your daily choices matter more than ever. Sleep is medicine. Water is alignment. Journaling is a portal. These aren't self-care trends, they are anchors that stabilize you as the winds of blessing begin to blow in your favor. And then there's color, something many overlook. But in vibrational theory, color carries frequency. This week, the universe gently nudges you toward 3 particular tones: soft yellow, sky blue, and royal purple. These aren't random. Yellow opens the solar plexus, the seat of confidence and abundance. Blue heals the throat chakra, helping you speak, ask, and express. And purple? It's the realm of intuition, the crown chakra, connecting you to your soul's wisdom beyond words. Even simply wearing these colors or surrounding yourself with them can align your emotional field with receptivity and peace. In this space of inner recalibration, your faith becomes the bridge between what was and what will be. Not faith in a specific outcome, but faith in the divine intelligence that brought you here. That held you when you couldn't hold yourself. That never left, even when everything else did. And while we may not invoke spiritual doctrine directly here, there is deep power in knowing that surrender is not weakness, it's cooperation with the mystery of timing. Scorpio, the star is not a vague promise. It is a cosmic confirmation, your healing is happening. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for the life that was written for you before you even knew how to ask for it. And just as those who sow in tears shall reap in joy, you are entering a season of reaping, not because everything is perfect, but because you stayed when it wasn't. You're ready now. Let it come. Love, when it arrives wrapped in silence, often speaks the loudest. Scorpio, the energy surrounding you right now suggests that someone you've either released in resignation or buried quietly in the archives of your heart is thinking of you. Deeply. Intentionally. And not in passing. This isn't about a fleeting curiosity or a nostalgic echo. It's about an energy that's been circling, quietly gathering momentum behind the scenes, waiting for the right alignment to speak, to show up, to reach out. Astrologically, this moment feels like a Venusian ripple moving through a Scorpio tidea, magnetic undercurrent pulling 2 hearts toward one another, not because of unfinished business, but because of soul-level recognition. You may have already sensed it. That flutter in your chest when their name crosses your mind, the inexplicable dream, or the way certain memories resurface at inconvenient times. Those aren't random. They're energetic breadcrumbs. And while you may have tried to silence the longing with logic, the truth is, your soul has been whispering what your mind has been too cautious to believe. They're coming. What's unfolding now is not another loop of romantic confusion. This is about alignment. This is about timing. And most importantly, this is about readiness on both sides. Love doesn't always blossom in the spaces we expect. Sometimes it returns in quiet humility, with soft eyes and a trembling voice that says, "I see you now. And I'm ready to show up differently." This isn't the time to force. It's the time to allow. In the practice of emotional healing, we speak often of receiving without projection. That means letting someone meet you where you are, not where you've imagined them to be. It also means softening the protective armor you've built through past disappointments, and choosing instead to meet this moment with openness, not defense. From the perspective of self-help and energy work, love only flows where safety is felt. That begins within you. Ask yourself gently, can I be available to love without controlling how it appears? Can I trust that if this person is returning, it is not by mistake but by divine orchestration? When we stop clinging to the idea of how things should happen, we make space for miracles to move. That applies not just in spiritual philosophy, but in the science of the nervous system. When you're in fight or flight, constantly bracing for rejection or disappointment, you close the door to authentic connection. But when you choose presence, when you breathe through the doubt, when you let love arrive in its own language, you tell your entire being, it is safe to feel again. And Scorpio, you deserve that. You deserve the kind of love that feels like ease. That doesn't require deciphering every glance, every pause, every word. You deserve a connection that grows in clarity, not confusion. So if someone comes forward, if silence is broken, let your only task be to receive, not to predict, not to perform, but to witness what unfolds. Whether this becomes a lifelong chapter or simply a soul touch point, know that it is sacred. Know that it is real. Know that your energy called it in not from desperation, but from readiness. And if you've already guessed who this person might be, take a quiet moment now. Breathe. Hold their name in your heart. And write this in the comments below: I am ready for love that honors me. Not just as an affirmation but as a permission slip to your own soul. You're not just waiting to be chosen. You are choosing to be open. Let the story begin. Numbers speak a language the mind may not always understand, but the soul remembers. When the vibration of 6, 9, and 11 begins to echo around you through time stamps, receipts, license plates, or just that quiet repetition that catches your attention, it's not coincidence. It's confirmation. It's the universe leaning in gently to say, you're on the path, even when you feel lost. Scorpio, in the sacred rhythm of numerology, the number 6 brings the energy of harmony, reconciliation, and heart-centered healing. This isn't surface-level peace, it's the kind that mends deep relational fractures and invites you to rest in emotional safety once again. If relationships, whether romantic, familial, or even your connection to yourself, have felt strained or distant, this is the moment to reimagine closeness. The number 6 asks you not to force, but to invite. Not to demand, but to soften. Sometimes healing begins with a quiet willingness to say, I'm open to understanding again. Then comes the number 9, a sacred sign of completion. In astrology, this energy often shows up like a final chapter being written with grace. It's the signal that a painful cycle, one that may have taught you resilience but left you worn, is now reaching its conclusion. It's the breath you exhale when you no longer have to explain yourself. It's the closure you give yourself when another refuses to offer it. The number 9 whispers, "You've done the work. Let go with love." This release isn't a loss, it's a liberation. It makes space for what's next. And then, with elegant clarity, comes 11, the master number of illumination, awakening, and divine alignment. This is the number of gateways. In energetic terms, 11 doesn't just invite change, it requires it. It's a cosmic portal through which higher timelines emerge. If you felt like you were preparing for something, without knowing exactly what, this is what. You are standing in front of a new frequency, and all that's required is your willingness to walk through. Alongside this numerical guidance, the zodiac offers gentle nudges. Cancer brings the vibration of emotional honesty, of family, of returning home to others and to yourself. It reminds you that strength is not measured by how much you carry, but by your ability to ask for support when you need it. Meanwhile, Gemini brings the winds of communication, curious, quick, and often unexpected. Gemini asks, what needs to be said that hasn't been, and more importantly, what needs to be heard without interruption? When these signs blend with the numbers appearing in your energy field, it's a clear message: you are not alone. The universe is responding. But you must engage. You must participate. This is not the time to wait for magic to land in your lap, it's the time to become the co-creator of what you want to experience. That's why the smallest actions now carry the deepest meaning. Writing down 3 things you're grateful for each morning doesn't just shift your mood, it anchors your frequency in abundance. Speaking honestly with someone you trust isn't just catharsis, it's alchemy. Wearing a color like royal purple isn't just fashion, it's vibrational alignment with your higher wisdom. These aren't symbolic gestures, they are rituals of readiness. Scorpio, this isn't a week of dramatic external shifts. This is a week of subtle, powerful alignment. Of noticing what you're being shown. Of listening to what your spirit already knows. So when you see 6, 9, or 11 T, just acknowledge it. Speak to it. Thank it. Let it be a bridge between where you've been and where you're going. Because the universe always speaks in symbols. The question is, are you listening? By now, Scorpio, you've been walking with me through layers of truth, unfolding signs, divine timing, silent prayers, and the gentle whispers of the universe that say, yes, it's happening. But here's the truth that often gets left out of conversations about miracles. A miracle is not something that only appears when you do nothing. A miracle is the result of alignment between your faith and your action, between what you believe and how you live. And that's why this final part of your journey is so important. Because knowing what's coming is not enough. You must become ready to receive it. This is the season where restoration is not a wish, but a lifestyle. The frequency you hold in your body, in your choices, and in your thoughts becomes the invitation for what the universe is already holding for you. And that's why we begin here with your physical energy. Morning movement, even just 10 or 15 minutes of slow intentional stretching, does more than wake up your muscles. It activates the internal river of energy that flows between your body and your emotional center. It's a way of telling your nervous system, I am alive. I am engaged. I am participating. Water, often underestimated in its simplicity, becomes sacred in this context. Every glass is a signal of clarity. Every sip becomes a soft wash over the emotional debris that gets lodged in the body when life feels too much. You're not just hydrating your organs. You're flushing the stagnation of doubt, guilt, fear, and emotional buildup. Water, quite literally, moves energy. And energy is what makes manifestation possible. When it comes to nourishment, your body is a mirror of what you allow in. Food is vibration, too. And in moments like these, when a shift is trying to make its way into your life, you must create space for that shift to land. Heavy, processed foods often anchor you in old patterns of fatigue, fogginess, and emotional numbness. But lighter, earth-grown meals, greens, fruits, seeds, nuts awaken something ancient in your system. They ground you without weighing you down. They signal to your soul, I choose life. I choose to be fully present. Every meal becomes a prayer of preparation. But perhaps most important of all, beyond the habits, the choices, the actions, is what you choose to believe in this window. Do you believe this miracle is for you? Do you believe that what's coming won't pass you by? Because miracles do not respond to fear. They respond to faith. And not the kind of faith that requires perfection, but the kind that keeps walking, even with trembling legs. The kind that whispers, I still believe, through cracked voices and red eyes. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to keep stepping forward. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to honor the next step anyway. If you've ever sat in the dark and prayed with everything inside you, even when you didn't know who was listening, know that those words did not fall into emptiness. Every word you spoke in vulnerability is part of what is arriving now. So speak this into existence. Say it aloud. Write it in the comments. Claim it with your energy. I affirm my connection. I welcome the miracle into my life. That phrase is more than a sentiment, it's a signal. It's the vibrational password that swings the gates open. It tells the universe, the cells in your body, the timelines converging around you, I am no longer watching. I am participating. You are not waiting for your life to change. You are becoming the version of you that life has been waiting to meet. Let it begin here. Let it begin now. Scorpio, beloved soul of transformation and depth, I want to leave you with something more than words. I want to leave you with a mirror. Everything you've just heard, everything you've felt rising in your chest while watching this, that was never just about prediction. It was about permission. Permission for you to begin again. Permission for you to believe that the miracle isn't somewhere out there, waiting to land in your lap like a shooting star. The miracle is already alive inside you. You are not separate from it. You are the final piece. It needs to arrive. What if I told you that the universe isn't testing you, but trusting you? That the reason you've been called to this moment, to this exact video, at this exact point in time, is because you're ready. Not perfect. Not fearless. Just ready enough to say yes to what's next. The door is open. The signs are aligning. The message is clear. The big news you've been waiting for, it's not days away, or weeks away. It's minutes. Moments. Heartbeats. The real question is, will you walk through the door? Will you continue to doubt and delay, waiting for perfect conditions? Or will you dare to believe that right now, as you are, is exactly who you need to be to receive the breakthrough? These are the questions only your soul can answer. And I encourage you to answer them out loud here, in the comments, or in your journal. Because there is power in declaration. There is momentum in choosing. And there is alignment in writing your truth. So, I ask you now, as your guide and your mirror, what did you feel stir in you today? What are you ready to claim? Will you declare it? Will you affirm your connection to what's unfolding? Type below, I affirm my connection. I welcome the miracle into my life. Let that be your energetic signature. Let it be the ripple that tells the universe, I am awake. I am aligned. I am available. And if this video resonated with you, if something in your chest whispered, yes, or your body softened even a little, please, take a moment to like, comment, or share it. Not just for the algorithm, but for the soul who needs to hear this message next. You never know who's standing on the edge, waiting for a light you've just found. Thank you for being here with me and with the community we're building at Miracle of the Sign. Every time you engage, you help us carry this light further to those who are healing, those who are searching, and those who are ready to believe again. So, Scorpio, as you walk into this new phase, remember, you are not chasing your destiny. You are choosing it. You are not waiting for alignment. You are becoming aligned. You are not hoping for a miracle. You are stepping into the part of you that makes it real. Stay close. Stay expectant. And stay true to the light inside you. Because that's where everything begins. Until next time, keep listening, keep believing, and above all, keep choosing.